I miss the old
Black Friday.
straight from the go.
Black Friday.
Chop up the soul.
Black Friday.
Set on his goals.
Black Friday.
I hate the new.
Black Friday.
The bad mood.
Black Friday.
The always rude.
Black Friday.
Spaz in the news.
Black Friday.
Black Friday, the one day in the whole year where you can score amazing deals on technology, clothing, and so much more. The one day in the year where you can wake up at 3 in the morning to line up in front of your favorite big box store to get one of 10 deeply discounted HD flat screen TVs and perhaps fight for it too. Except, it's not quite like that anymore. What once was a singular day to get the best deals of the year is now just any other day with mediocre prices. You no longer have to wake up in the wee hours of the night after Thanksgiving and deal with crazy crowds. Everything's online now, and the sales themselves don't seem to be living up to the Black Friday name that created so much hype for the past couple of decades. It doesn't feel like that long ago when people were lining up to get the best deals of the year for Black Friday. I think most of us remember the thrill of waking up early to score amazing deals like a $3 toaster or an insanely discounted flat screen TV, which were pretty expensive even just a couple years ago. Malls were thriving, the cost of living was manageable, yet so much has changed in the span of just 5 years or so. Black Friday as we know it today actually dates back to the 1950s and 60s in the United States, with roots that likely go back even further. The term Black Friday was first used by Philadelphia police officers in the 1950s to describe the chaotic day after Thanksgiving, when crowds of shoppers and tourists drawn by the annual Army-Navy football game caused major traffic jams and general disorder. This initial negative meaning didn't last long though, as by the 1980s, retailers had reframed Black Friday as a positive, referring to the day they went into the black or became profitable, as opposed to being in the red or losing money. By then, Black Friday had evolved into a nationwide phenomenon and became recognized as the unofficial start of the holiday shopping season. In the 90s, big box retailers like Walmart and Best Buy started rolling out limited time deals and opening early to draw in eager shoppers. People began planning their purchases around these discounts, making Black Friday a strategic shopping day for many. By the 2000s, Black Friday had become a mainstream event, with news channels covering the long lines, overnight campouts, massive crowds, and even the occasional scuffle in the rush for deals. Do you remember the Black Friday shopping hauls that were all the rage on YouTube? I, like many, would wait eagerly after Black Friday for lifestyle YouTubers to drop their Black Friday hauls because it was always so much fun to see what deals people were able to score. I consider this era of the mid-2010s as the last prime years of Black Friday, because people were still for the most part hitting up malls and brick-and-mortar stores, and there was a decent amount of hype on what deals you could score. Online shopping was just gaining traction, but wasn't necessarily the popular way to shop yet. And of course, you were guaranteed a bunch of Black Friday hauls to consume on YouTube as you continued to digest your heavy Thanksgiving dinner from the night before. Which brings us to today. Black Friday is still a day where shoppers can score deals, especially on electronics. But there's definitely been a shift in the magnitude of sales available and how one can even shop for them. With the rise of the internet and e-commerce, you no longer have to be in store to take part in these sales. Cyber Monday, the Monday following Black Friday, has become more widely known and popular, especially with the increased popularity of e-commerce. Apparently, the term Cyber Monday was coined in 2005, which is surprising because I didn't think e-commerce was really established as a popular way to shop back then, but I rest my case. Online shopping is great, especially if you're like me and get a bit overstimulated by crowds. Add that to general shopping for the holidays, and you have a nightmare just waiting to happen. It's also great because you don't have to comb through piles and racks of clothes to find your size or figure out if something is in stock. Because shopping online typically means the items come from a warehouse, you're more likely to find something you want in stock, and you don't even need to step outside your house. With all that being said, shopping during Black Friday has definitely changed. As a result of the increase in online shopping, there's much smaller crowds hitting the stores on Black Friday, if any. And we don't really see that huge rush of shoppers that we used to see in the past, or feel that adrenaline rush at 4 a.m. as you rush inside. Simply put, going out to shop on Black Friday has become much less exciting. In fact, you no longer have to wait for Black Friday to even find deals. Plenty of retailers offer week and even month-long sales in November, with maybe slightly better deals on the actual day of Black Friday and Cyber Monday. As I'm writing this script, a bunch of retailers have already dropped their Black Friday sales, like Target, who started rolling out week-long specials on November 3rd. Honestly, I don't mind this because it means having more time to really think about my purchasing decisions, rather than just buying in a frenzy because the sale is only a day long or the inventory is going to sell out fast. And again, I don't even have to go into a physical store, which makes browsing especially nice. But while we do have access to these sales for an extended period of time, they just don't seem to hit as good as they did in the past. I remember waiting in line at 5 a.m. for a $100 flat-screen TV in the early 2010s. It wasn't a super nice one, but it was a pretty good deal nonetheless. Or an $80 Nintendo DS. Oh, the good old days. I also remember seeing multiple stores offer crazy good discounts on small appliances like blenders and toasters. And even if the actual prices weren't all that good compared to what we see today, there's a good chance that the products themselves were a much higher quality and would last longer. If you see a lower priced item today, it's likely that the quality itself has been reduced to make it cheap enough to sell. Also, many people have caught on that the inventory that goes on sale on Black Friday tends to be overstock from even last year, and retailers are constantly discounting them just to get rid of it. And best of all, pretending to mark down the prices in the name of Black Friday, just to sell it at the exact same price from a month ago. I mean, just look at these price comparisons to the 90s. In 1996, you could get this PowerPC multimedia computer with a whopping 19 megabytes of memory for, what is that? Just $2,400. Or a 13-inch boxy TV with built-in VCR for the low price of $299.99. Or the 64 megabyte SD card for just $987. Okay, so maybe technology might not be the best way to compare prices between 30 years ago and today, but I swear the deals have just gotten worse in past years to the point where there's no point waiting until Black Friday to shop, especially when there are so many sales throughout the year with similar deals. It's clear that online shopping has fundamentally changed Black Friday, turning it from a chaotic in-person shopping marathon into a largely digital event. With fewer people hitting the malls and big box retail stores in person, the excitement and frenzy of shopping on Black Friday has simply faded away for many. Yes, online shopping is convenient, but there was something about stepping out to go shopping in the cold darkness that was so fun and exhilarating. Black Friday felt like the unofficial start of the holiday season with shopping for friends and family after Thanksgiving. But with retailers starting the shopping season on November 1st and no longer requiring you to step inside their stores, all that's left is the nostalgia of Black Friday that we know of in the past. I think this huge shift to online retail can be attributed to a couple different reasons. First, online shopping was already on the rise pre-2020, with companies like Amazon gaining immense popularity for buying even basic household essentials. Consumers were increasingly attracted to the convenience of browsing from home, comparing prices in real time, and avoiding crowded stores. It's no secret that shopping malls were already on the decline, with many childhood malls becoming run down or even getting demolished. The COVID-19 pandemic really accelerated this trend as shoppers turned to e-commerce out of necessity, pushing even traditional retailers to prioritize online sales with web-exclusive deals and digital promotions. So yes, the COVID-19 pandemic is partially to blame, but it's more so a result of the shift in technology affecting consumers' spending habits. Another reason for why Black Friday feels so disappointing is that buying stuff isn't that special anymore. It feels like sales and promotions happen all the time now, so there isn't really a need to wait until Black Friday to score deep discounts. Retailers are dropping sales throughout the year, so if you really want something, you don't need to wait long to get it on sale. In fact, there's a good chance that you'll find a better deal earlier in the year compared to on Black Friday. Or even better, you don't have to even wait at all with fast fashion stores like Shein and Temu selling everything you need for pretty much pennies. So yeah, I might sound a bit harsh about the Black Friday we have today, but honestly, these changes reflect a bigger shift and maybe it's not all that bad. The Black Friday I remember, the early morning lines, the crowds filling every aisle, the thrill of finding that perfect deal in person, is simply a nostalgic memory for a lot of us now. Times have changed, and whether we like it or not, shopping is a whole lot more convenient. Now we can order anything from anywhere, snag deals with a single click, and skip the long drives and parking struggles, all from the comfort of our homes. It's wild to think how far technology has come to make this all possible. Black Friday might not be the chaotic event it once was, but maybe that just shows how interconnected our world has become. Like it or not, we're in a new era of shopping, and that's pretty fascinating in itself. If you've reached this point in the video, you should go ahead and subscribe to see similar content in the future. What are your thoughts on the Black Friday we have today? And do you still partake in Black Friday shopping? I want to know in the comments below. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.